All right, folks, sorry for the delay. We love technology here at Move United, and we're rolling with the punches because it's almost time for ski spec. So, just to introduce myself, I'm Dana Dodge. I'm the Member Services Manager here at Move United. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a white female with brown, long, curly hair. And for the purposes of this meeting, I am one of your go-to people for the Learn to Ski and Snowboard room. So my real job doesn't really matter a whole lot, but I would love if Britt could also introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Like Dana said, we're super glad that you are here. My name is Britta Recha. I am the the member services manager for individuals here at Move United. I am wearing my hair in a bun today. I have brown hair, and I have a green long sleeve shirt on with a bookcase as my background. This will be my first year in the Learn to Ski room. So I am super excited to learn alongside anyone else whose first year this will be in the Learn to Ski room. So welcome. Dana and Tracy are a wealth of knowledge as well as everyone else that will be in the room with us. So really looking forward to you all being here. Thanks, Dana.
Awesome. Tracy, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I would love to introduce myself. My name's Tracy. I will be on camera in about 3 minutes. I'm just getting in and giving my dog a treat. I have been a long-time volunteer. It's spectacular, and I'm looking forward to yet another great year.
Awesome. Kathy Chandler, I see in here. I just promoted you to a panelist if you feel like introducing yourself. She might be getting the memo a little late, but we'll keep going. Kathy's got some things to add on later in this meeting today. Let's see how slowly my computer decides to work today. All right, so just to build the stoke a little bit for the upcoming event, which many of you have attended, I can kind of see the chat here. I think a little video is the perfect way to do it.
Human. It's what we all are. Human makes us family. And there's not one of us who's perfect. We're all finding our way the best we can, even when the path takes a very different turn. Because it's in the not-so-perfect moments that we discover who we truly are and what we're made of. The strength to keep going, no matter what's standing in the way. The courage to face our fears and say, I'm doing this anyway. The ability to find joy, even when it might feel impossible. That's what makes us human. It unites us as family and brings us closer together. Because as humans, we're all perfect in our own ways. And that's what makes us even stronger.
Awesome. All right. Bear with my slow computer today, guys. It's just going to be a day. All right. So we did a little bit of introductions here, but Brett, I don't know if you can tell if Kathy joined. Kathy, did you want to introduce yourself?
Yep, Kathy, it looks like she is a panelist now. So Kathy, if you're with us.
Love for you to introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Muted. Okay. Yes, I'm Kathy Chandler. I've been doing this for 30 odd years, and I will be your real contact person about anything to do with the lessons that you take out, if you are taking out a lesson. So I'll be right there in the Learn to Ski room probably barking orders because that's what I'm good at. Um, anyways, I look forward to meeting everybody there.
Awesome. Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate it. And I feel confident saying Jeff is not probably in this room, but you guys will all get to know and love Jeff's face throughout the week. So before we hop into things, I want to start off with just some basic information. And I know it looks like there's some new faces in this chat, and there's some returning instructors as well. So for some of you, this is going to be repeat information, but I think still great. Check your gear. I mean, for a lot of us East Coasters, we haven't been on snow yet. We just got our first snow like 2 days ago here in New Hampshire. So make sure everything's in working order before you get out to ski spec. That's the last thing we want to be dealing with. Work on packing. For the most part, you guys know how to dress for skiing and snowboarding, but also for the social aspect, we like to call it mountain casual, which you can take that however you want, but a lot of flannels and comfort clothes, dress how you like. And then, of course, for the most important, the theme night, which is rock and roll and heavy metal, you got to bring your costumes for that. So download the apps as well. And I'll have this back up at the end if anybody doesn't want to scan the QR code right now, but this is a great way just to stay up to date with what's happening through the week and if there's any changes or giveaways, prizes, etc. happening. Just a side note on the app, as instructors, you all registered, if you remember that, it feels like a month ago. When you log into the app, you can log in with the email that you registered with. It will not auto-populate your schedule to show that you need to be in the Learn to Ski room for lessons. It's just not a function that we currently have. But I just want you guys to know that the app still exists and there's a lot of really great things in there and you can build out your own schedule, but it doesn't kind of auto-populate the days you're in there. So just to note. And start hydrating because elevation can take a toll on you. So start like yesterday because we're going to be there in just a couple days, or a couple of us are going to be there really soon. So keep that in mind. Upon arrival, so a good portion of you are going to be utilizing the Move United transportation from Denver to Breckenridge, or Breckenridge to Denver, or for some of you both. In case you've never utilized that before, this was emailed to you last Wednesday along with your lodging information as well, but you're meeting us on that level 5 west side between doors 500 and 502. Britt, who introduced herself at the beginning here, will be this shining, smiling face waiting for you there, along with Najib, if you've ever met him. If you have any questions, concerns, delays, we have all of your flight information, but if something changes and you need to get a hold of us, please do. We'll keep track of your flights as well because we have your flight information. So don't worry about not having a ride if you are doing that with us. But for those of you, regardless, you're going to make it to registration on Sunday, hopefully. If all goes well and there's not too much snow, everyone makes it to registration on Sunday and you'll check in with us and pick up a bunch of goodies. Registration opens at 11 for those of you that are not taking our transportation and might want to get there early. And then you'll pick up goodies. Kathy and Tracy will be there. I'll be there. We can answer any questions that you might have, and you'll pick up a bunch of things like banquet tickets, etc. for the week. So just to be aware of that. And then Sunday evening, we will do our sort of volunteer support staff meeting at 6:30, and that will take place on the first floor, which is going to be the Learn to Ski and Snowboard room if you've never been there before at 6:30. So it's a great way to acquaint yourself to the space that we're going to be in. You can also bring your equipment down if you like to store it there. You're more than welcome to. Many people do. Many people in this Zoom meeting do as well. Just know that the room is locked at night, but otherwise it's not necessarily specifically supervised when it's open. So as long as you feel comfortable with that, we're fine with you keeping your equipment there. And then continue to hydrate because elevation, and that note might be on every page in this slideshow. Daily expectations. So after we make it through that really long registration day and check in on Sunday, we will meet early on Monday morning at 8 a.m. just to get our feet under us, get reacquainted to the room, all of that. If you could plan to show up 10 to 15 minutes prior on the rest of the weekdays to your lesson, that would be amazing. We are asking the same of the students. So the more prepared we are, the more time they get on snow, which is the goal. Our morning lessons run from 9 to 11:30 and the afternoon runs from 1 to 3:30. So just make sure that you've got all of your gear with you. As those of you know who have attended before, it's not a quick jaunt to go back to your room to get stuff. So come prepared for the day. Even you do have a little bit of time during lunch as well to run back to your room, but come with everything you might need. And then each morning you're going to wait for your assignment to show up on the screen, which is Tracy's baby. She owns that and loves it. It's going to go so well this year. And that's when you'll find out who your student is, who your co-coach is, and all of that each day. Kathy works really, really, really hard on the schedule, and I'm sure you might have some days with the same student. You might have days where you have a different student. So she's going to make the best matches that she possibly can. I did get a question from somebody attending, a instructor attending, about how they figure out who their co-instructor is, or if they can make a request to be with a certain student. You certainly can, and the sooner that you can do that, the better. We most frequently see requests coming from the other side, like a student who may have skied with somebody back at their home mountain and they're just coming to ski spec and want to ski with them again. But if you do have requests, it would be great for you to get those into us sooner than later. Britt, I'm going to pause here. Do we have any questions before I keep going?
Nothing yet.
Okay.
I did drop a note in the chat though. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to put them in the Q&A or the chat. And obviously, like Dana said, I'll be monitoring that and we'll be sure to address them on here.
Kathy, did you have something you would like to add?
I did, because if people are wanting to ski with a particular student, I need to know that sooner rather than later, because I've already done a lot of the assigning. That doesn't mean it won't change, because it will. But if I don't know it, I won't be able to do anything about it. So if you can get that information to me as soon as you and I'll do what I can, although I will suggest that for every student and for every instructor, part of the wonderful things at Ski Spec is that they get to work with different people and different disabilities and different assistant people, and so the whole networking thing that goes on is super exciting, and you come away from it very excited. So, anyways, that's my 2 cents.
Perfect. Thank you, Kathy. And just a side note, when I talk about this wonderful screen, it's a projector screen that we'll have up at the front of the instructor side of the room, which will all make more sense when you arrive and you see it in person. But we also keep a file box at the front of the room, which will have sort of a brief description of your student and information in there, in a folder for them, which is where you'll do your lesson notes and file those away. So that those are there for you to check out. And if you do have more questions about your student, please stop by and see Britt or I, and we can do a little bit more background digging if we need to do that. Awesome. So, student discipline. I know that's been a question that's come up quite a bit as well. People wondering what they're going to be teaching and when. And Kathy's been working diligently. And so you can always stop by and chat with us at registration on Sunday and get an idea for where you might be for Monday. But like Kathy says, it could change. But we will have the best idea that we possibly can then. We also, just for your awareness, we have a number of groups coming this year at BAMC from San Antonio, Texas, a military group. We also have Walter Reed coming from the DC area. We have the Blesma group coming from overseas, and then about 19 VA scholarships for Invictus folks and others coming from all over the country. So we're really excited, and we have about over 110 or so participants coming to take lessons during the week. So it's really exciting, and we're pumped to have everyone coming in for the event. So, and just for your awareness, we also tried to get everything done ahead of time, which Tracy has been so wonderful in helping me with and understanding the rental equipment people might need. And so if your participant happens to be a military participant, we are going to try our hardest to get all of their rental equipment together on Sunday and to the Learn to Ski room, just so that we can make Monday morning smoother. They also get an Epic Pass through us as well, which is another key piece of getting to them on Sunday afternoon. So we're hoping to be up and going early Monday with everyone, and snow prevented us from doing this seamlessly last year, but we're optimistic it will be a little bit better this year. For the paid participants that are attending, they'll come with either their own equipment, whether that be stand up or sit down, or they will have rental equipment through us, which we will let you know of that each day. The rental equipment for paid participants will be through the BOEC, our partner for the event, and the military participants' sit down equipment, adaptive equipment will be through the VA truck, which will sit in that beautiful parking lot for the entire week. So please do your best to check out equipment so we know what people have used. A lot of times we'll hear from folks after who want to purchase a piece of equipment, and we use all the notes from Ski Spec to help them make an informed decision and put in grant applications to purchase equipment. So if you can help us with that, would be fantastic. We also understand that there's probably going to be some changes through the week. There might be participants that thought they'd like to snowboard, but they might end up skiing. They might be a skier, but they might be in a sit ski instead. We are prepared for them to get equipment from the ski shop, the rental shop, if needed. So if they jump to a sit ski, we can run upstairs and get snowboard boot rental, helmet rental, anything that we need, just for your awareness. So I think that's about on discipline. Kathy, did you have anything you want to add on here?
Nope, you covered it.
Hey, Dana, just going to read a comment and a question that's in the chat right now.
Yeah.
Comment from Ed Brunson. I'm grateful for all of the advanced work of the many Move United staff members like Dana and Britt. I'm also extra thankful for the volunteer leadership of folks like Tracy, Jeff, and Kathy. Can't wait for learning and teaching next week. So thanks for that comment, Ed. We appreciate you being with us. And then Karen is asking, is the app still being updated because I'm unable to select events, etc., to add to my schedule, like the mentor series, banquets, etc. I also am not able to register for the mentor series. It says I need to pay.
Karen, is this Karen Cook, Brett?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, sorry, I can't see the chat right now. Karen, send me an email. It depends on what sessions. If they're for CEUs like PSIA ahead of time, one's happening this week. Yes, there's a fee for them, but the on-site like morning and evening ones are free, so we should be able to get those added to your schedule. And then as far as the banquet goes, all lead instructors will get a banquet ticket when you arrive on that registration day for opening and closing. So don't worry too much about not being able to add it to your schedule. I promise you that we have a ticket for you.
That's it for now.
Perfect.
Thank you.
A little bit more on daily expectations. Please, please, please write your lesson notes. We are super old fashioned in that we ask you to do a written note. We have blank forms that will be at the front of the room for you to do each day. If you have a student for a full day lesson, I ask you to just do one for the full day. If you have them for a half day or two different students, please do for each lesson with them. I think it's valuable knowledge for the next instructor coming in to see. Also, we are so lucky and grateful for a fantastic relationship with PSIA, and that you guys are able to receive continuing education credits for your time teaching. So in order to be able to obtain those credits, we need you to fill out a lesson reflection note, which is not the same as the lesson notes that I was just talking about, unfortunately. It's all online. It will be in the app. The final form is supposed to be going in this week, but I'll let you guys know at Monday morning meeting next week for sure where to find it so that you can get those continuing education credits. And I know it can be hard, but these are free and you're teaching, so why not, right? Also, just a reminder for folks, a lot of times you'll end up teaching the same student multiple times throughout the week. Please remember to always meet them in the Learn to Ski room and check in and out with us. We just need to know who's where and did you go on the hill and can we find you if their therapist is looking for you. So just a reminder, I think it's really easy to just kind of be like, hey, let's meet on the snow or let's jumpstart our lesson. But it's really important for us to see your faces each day. More than lessons, this is just sort of for you all to know because the experience is, I'm biased, amazing. But a lot of time your students might be asking you questions about what else is happening at Ski Spec. So I think everybody knows and loves about the daily lunches, the soup lunch, which is right out our door at the Learn to Ski room out on snow, and the lovely family that cooks for us. So take advantage of that. Banquet dinners, which we briefly spoke about, and we'll talk about here in a second as well. We'll have opening and closing, which will be Monday and Friday night. And social activities this year will be Tuesday evening will be a bingo social, and Thursday evening will be theme night, which is the rock and roll and heavy metal theme. So everyone loves that. And then a couple of free clinics. Unfortunately, you guys won't be able to hit up sled hockey, but that will be on Tuesday afternoon, if I'm remembering correctly. And yoga is in the morning on Thursday at like 6:30 in the morning. So if any of you want to get up really early and do some yoga, it's free. You're welcome to join, and there's no sign up to do that. Other important information, banquet tickets we talked about, welcoming and closing, you'll pick up at registration. Just make sure that when you pick those up, let them know if you have any dietary restrictions, and they'll give you the appropriate ticket to make sure we can accommodate those. You should have received any of your housing information from me last Wednesday, or if you're not housing with us, the rest of the information. So if this is news to you or you haven't heard from me, please reach out so that we can close the loop on that. You also will be picking up a daily lift ticket if you don't have an Epic Pass yourself from us each day. Yes, unfortunately, you have to pick it from us each day. We can't get a 5-day lift ticket. It would be wonderful, but just isn't something that's happening currently. So make sure you check in with us each morning if you need those. And then if by some wild chance that we don't need you for a lesson or your student cancels last minute, we will try our best to fit you into one of the academy sessions upstairs, if you wish. So that's something to just keep in mind. Just check in with us and we'll see what we can do to get you into one of those courses. Also, similarly to last year, lead instructors, you'll be receiving a meal voucher card to help offset the costs of meals while you're there, and they can be redeemed anywhere on Beaver Run for food and beverage. It is going to be a little bit different than what you guys got last year. It works kind of like a credit card. So don't lose it, because once it's gone, it's gone. Put your name on it, do whatever you need to do. But you'll pick those up from me probably at the training on Sunday evening. We'll go over a little bit more about incident accident reporting, but just know that please check in with us and report anything to us as soon as you possibly can. We need to keep track of that as a large scale event like this, and to stay in the good graces of everyone who's kindly letting us be there. And if your student expresses wanting to change their lesson time, extend their lesson, please make sure that both you and the student checks in with us so that Kathy and Jeff and Tracy can try to work their magic and see what we can do to make it happen. In most cases, the military folks from Walter Reed and BMC are only signed up for half-day lessons right now, and some of them may have an interest in extending that to a full day if we can accommodate it. So just for your awareness, stop by and chat with us and we'll see what we can do.
Hey, Dana, Michelle Gambino is asking, if you are a second on a lesson, how do we purchase banquet tickets?
You can purchase banquet tickets at registration when you come through, and they will likely sell out. So I'd say get to registration as soon as you can. But Michelle, if you want to send me an email as well, just to put it on my radar, we can talk about it.
Thanks. That's it, Dana.
Awesome. I'm actually going to hand it over to Kathy here.
Okay. Can you still hear me?
We can.
I just wanted to let everyone know that I have been working already on making all of the assignments, and handed it over to Jeff, who's going to add all of his BOEC people. As I said earlier, that's not to say that things won't change, because they will. This year we are working hard, and in the last couple of years we've been working hard on being closer affiliated with PSIA and with the ski academy upstairs, the instructor academy that's upstairs, because I think we're all getting educated. It's an incredible education for you as an instructor, to be out there skiing with some of the students that we have. And so, as Dana said, PSIA is incredibly generous in giving us some CEUs for the lessons that you teach. And so anyways, the other thing that I wanted to just tell everybody is that we have three different ways that we are connecting closely with the Academy participants. And one is called an active audit. And so some of you will be every day will be asked to take a participant from the ski academy as your assistant. And then I consider that sort of a mentoring situation with you and that person who is your assistant. Hopefully it all becomes a wonderful learning experience for everybody. But that's happening every day. And then also every day, that's also it. Everything is happening Monday to Thursday. Friday is there's no academy on Friday. So, and then another one is called I call it the observation group, and that is every day we will have you will go out with your student, and a clinic leader will have a group of 4 people. Everyone will be mic'd up, and um, the academy group will be off to the side, but they will be mic'd to hear everything that the student is saying and that you as the instructor is saying. And so at the end of that, you and the clinic leader can do a sort of a final discussion on everything that you did and why you did it. And, I think it's again, great opportunity that's going on. And then the third one is we did both of those last year. You may not have even noticed that it was happening in the background, but it was. And it's a way for us to connect with the participants at the academy, because I think that that's a really important an important thing to build. And in the past it's been third floor did one thing, first floor did another thing, and they're near the two did meet. So we're really trying to pull people together. And then the third one, which is new this year, is called the class inclusion. And in this one, we will have a clinic leader from the academy who will be leading a class lesson with some of our students, 2 of our students and 2 of the academy students in the equipment that we are using. So Monday, there's going to be one on bi-ski, one on monoski, both level 1. A Tuesday, it's a snowboard. Wednesday, it's monoski at a higher level. And Thursday, it's a stand-up. And in each case, you may be assigned to be part of that class. And so it will be a class lesson of 4 people. 2 of those are our students, and you will be a second instructor there. You will be a second instructor there, but the class leader will be the one who's in charge. You will be learning, in a sense, you'll be learning how to run a class lesson. So anyways, those are the 3 ways that we are connecting with the whole academy groups. And I can give more information as I get more solid on my lesson assigning. So if somebody's got something that they want, if somebody's got, if you really want to be teaching sit-down lessons, then you need to let me know that. Or if you want to do stand-up lessons only, you need to let me know that. some of you I already know, but some of you who have not been here before, I may not have any idea. And so it'll be important for me to know what you would like to do, so that it can be an experience that is like none other. Any questions? Send them through.
I don't see anything right now, but if anybody does have specific requests for types of lessons and you don't have Kathy's email, feel free to send it to me and I'll make sure that she gets that. But yeah, any information that you can provide us is really amazing in helping to make it a really fantastic week.
Right.
Kathy, what's the best way that folks can communicate with you? Is it through email?
It can be through email or it can be a text.
Okay. Thank you.
And Dan, do you want me to give them that information now?
Are
Or
you
do you want-
comfortable with that? Or I can drop it in the chat or send it in the follow-up email, Kathy.
Either way, I mean, I can tell you that my cell phone is 603-387-6088. Again, that's 603-387-6088. And I do get a lot of text, so you're welcome to text me, or my email is kind of a long one. It's Kathy with a K .c at meadowbrookorchards.com. And that's spelled meadowbrookorchards.com.
I drop both those in the chat as well if folks want them, and I will send it in the follow-up email with this recording as well.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Awesome. I'm going to keep going, but if people do think of questions about any of this, feel free to drop them in the chat. All right, just a couple FAQs or questions that we often hear about. A lot of people are worried about altitude sickness. Should they be worried? The answer is worrying is not going to make it better. And oftentimes you think too hard about, am I feeling different? Am I dehydrated? Am I feeling lightheaded? So the most that you can do is just prepare for it and hydrate. Take your time. Give yourself some grace. Walking up and down flights of stairs is really exceptionally exhausting when you first get there. So just give yourself some time. Purchasing additional banquet tickets. I believe Shelly had asked about this. There are banquet tickets for sale at the registration, and they'll be first come, first serve until they sell out. So if you know anybody who wants additional ones, or you have somebody attending with you that would like to come, please make sure that you stop in and purchase those as soon as possible. Staying aware of changes throughout the week. The app is really the best place to do so. We'll definitely do morning meetings each day just to give you any up-to-date information or things to expect during the day. But if there's other things like blasts happening for avalanches, things like that, those will come through as notifications on the app as well. So I'd encourage you to download that and have it, readily available to you. And can I get into town from Beaver Run? That's a very frequently asked question. The answer is yes. There's a pretty easy shuttle you can grab at the front of the hotel there. There's also, it's a reasonable walk depending on how snowy it is, walk or roll. It could be a really snow-covered sidewalk, but it can be a really pleasant walk into town as well. So it's doable moving around. And you don't even have to leave the resort in some cases if you don't want to for the entire week. I just want to pull this back up just in case people want to scan and download the app. I did send it in that email I sent to you last week as well, but I'll leave it here for a second. We're at the end of the slides here. My next slide is just questions. So I'm going to open it up here. Brett, I don't know if you have anything else.
Yep. So Breezy's asking, did they fix the issues of notifying of blasting in the app from last year?
As long as your app is updated and you have it open and your notifications turned on, I think that's usually the biggest problem is people haven't turned their notifications on, then the answer should be yes to that question.
That looks like all the questions so far.
All right. I don't have anything else. Kathy, Tracy, anything that you want to add before we let the group enjoy the rest of their evening?
No,
Not for
don't
me.
have-
All right. Well, I'll leave this one up for you guys in case you need to reach us. You've all had many an email from me already. But I'm available if you need me, just like Kathy, text or email. I fly out to Breck Thursday, so if you need me beyond that, I would say phone is probably the best option. And Britt will be at the airport waiting for you on Sunday morning as well. So if you need anything, holler. We're ready for you. We're really excited for an amazing event, and we can't wait to meet some of you and see a lot of faces that we've seen many, many years before. So thank you all and safe travels. We can't wait to see you soon.